Okay, hope we started. So, welcome everyone. My name is Alex Kolokolov, and I start our review session with our jury board for Make Your Data Speak Award. In a few words, let me tell about our activity. And later I will introduce our juries, and we will start our roast for digital dashboards. I'm a founder of a Data2Speak community, and we founded two major activities. I'll share my screen. Oh, that's our project, and we will make Eurasian DataViz conference in February, and now we have launched Data Visualization Award. We are still in the process of submission, so you still can join our international contest and win $1,000. So how it works? Our mission is to unite data people and people from design, storytelling, infographics to create fusion, to make synergy effect of this communication. And we have two directions, two nominations for business dashboards and data, art, and storytelling. Business dashboards nomination works the same way as hackathon. So we get data set, get description, and develop dashboard. But nomination for data, art, is storytelling is not so specified, and it's a space for your creativity. And you may find open data. You may make a survey, and today we will review project from this nomination and. Really, you watching this stream, you can find a lot of useful ideas as for your business dashboards and for your storytelling projects. And finally, we will select a winner, and we have prize fund for each nomination: $1,000 for first place, 500 for second, 200 for third, and we will select only one gold winner. But I understand we will have several second, third places, and we have professional nominations. And this participation is paid because it's for those who really want to increase their promotions. And for students who don't pretend for $1,000, it's for free. And our mission is to make this entry for people from all over the world and get this international experience. And we are building a broad list of our juries, international experts from all over the world. And now we have some applications, some projects which are good enough. And today we will discuss these projects. And let me introduce our experts. Today we have Prasann, Prem, Vani, Agarwal, Tarigulu, Khasizada. And sorry if I spelled your names wrong. And so please tell our subscribers about yourself, about your companies, your experience. So I suggest to move the same order as I see you on my screen. So hello, Prasann, how are you doing?
Hey, Alex, I'm doing good. How are you?
Me too.
Okay, so I won't take much of time, and I'll start with introducing myself. I'm a Tableau social ambassador, and I'm also a Tableau public feature. I got both of these recognitions in the year 2022 itself. apart from running with Tableau altogether, I'm working currently with American Express Global Business Travel as a senior product engineer. And my day-to-day revolves around building BI products. It started with building actually dashboards, but now we are moving ahead into building data products. And I love data visualization as a whole because in my perspective, it's not just a skill, but it's a language.
Great. Nice to meet you. Vani?
Hi, Alex. Thanks for having me. Hi, guys. I am Vani Agarwal. I'm joining you from India. I'm currently working as a data visualization engineer with Expedia Group, where I'm currently building dashboards day in and out. And I'm also a two-time Tableau social ambassador last year and this year. And because I share Prasann's love for dashboarding and data storytelling, so we also started a Tableau user group called Tableau Buddy Talks, which we are currently, leading, especially in the APAC region. Thank you.
Great. And Tarigulu.
Hello, Alex. So hello, everyone. So I hope you can hear me. So I joined from Hungary, but I'm originally from Azerbaijan, and nice to meet you, Prasann and Vani. So I have background on Tableau and Power BI, and I'm Microsoft certified trainer and working at BP Hungary as a business insights SME. And as Prasann mentioned, rather than creating dashboards, we are offering as a agile team the products, the whole I would say the full stack products involving Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power BI is a full package to our different teams. And I'm good, and I'm glad that I'm joining to this stream, and I hope we will have a very nice session. So thank you very much for having me.
Great. So as you see, we have experts from various technologies, various countries, but the common idea between us that visualization it's not just a single skill or soft skill. It's a language, it's a profession, and of course we have a lot of activities behind the scene, behind this screen with bar charts, and really that's what's and really all we are charged with this activity. So let's start and come to our come to our first project. I want to mention that we already have a lot of submissions, and those participants who already published their project, they have additional chance to get professional feedback and improve these projects. So today we will criticize your work, but I hope that you will appreciate this critical review, and those who has applied your projects, and the other subscribers, I hope that you will learn on the other mistakes and inspire with other experience, and also join our award, and you still have time to apply till the end of November. Oh, let's start. And the first in our list, I see that it's a project Women in Workplace, and I provide word to Prasann.
Thanks, Alex. I'll just share my screen. And I hope you can see the project in here. Okay, so this project, Women in Workplace, has been done by Anastasia Nikolaeva. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrect. Now, I'll just start because we have very little time on our watch right now. So looking at this landing page, I really like the way Anesthesia has actually binded the project, because there's a landing page, and then there are different pages from where you fall into different, altogether there is a navigation. So looking at here, this looks good. Now, one of the things that I would really like to mention here, that the shadows in here, the drop effect, that looks okay, but the way it is being overlaid is not perfect, I'll say, or not too correct, because it is actually like, it's not positioned in the same way. Plus, like even if you place it in the same way and you put it all together, the thing that I want to like make out right here is that you need to focus on some numbers. Like there's a lot of text in here. From these many texts, what information I'm getting? Because if a person looks at this dashboard and he has almost like 10 seconds, from in 10 seconds, what information is he getting? I can say that what you would like to reflect here is 24% right here. That's written in the first line. Like according to a study by McKinsey, despite a steady increase in the share of women in 2021, the share of women in the top management was only 24%. So you need to enlarge that number actually, so that it should come directly to the viewer. That is one of the key points
break
here.
this plain text to the bullets, the paragraphs in a single row, and remove all these unnecessary effects.
Exactly. Like drop effects can work. I shouldn't too much focus on the design right here, but yes, apart from the design, you should really focus on whatever you are writing it down. It should be very specific. Okay, so apart from this, let's hit and see what is there in the other tabs. So the first tab is going to take me to the survey, that I'm sure. So that is for the survey. Now coming to the results, because this is I think a study that has been done. So there has to be some results. So let's click on the results and see. Okay, so this is a descriptive result. Now, in first glance, I'll say the KPIs in up and down direction, it's like it's distracting. You should keep it in a way in one line, first thing. And the second thing is, please don't use too much word in here, because like nobody is going to read that much words. And it's actually distracting me. Like I wouldn't read 61.25% of women at least faced questions at an interview about plans for marriage. So you need to use phrases that are small and very specific to it. Apart from this arrangement is okay, but this in here, these charts, women's experience in the workplace, you need to think about why you have actually placed it here. Because if I talk about the story altogether, first you're giving me all the different parameters, and then if I go right here, it's actually distracting. So you need to, like, you can either keep it in all in the horizontal view and not place a single type of, like, this is one of your KPIs, not place it in the vertical, because it's not actually giving out the information that you want to, and it's actually distracting. Now, it's all about the layout that I'm talking about. Now, apart from the layout, if I look at the charts, why do women work? Now, 28, 21, 10, 7. Now, this has to be a percent in the first place, right? Because if it's not a percent, then it's not giving me a clear information about what it is. And also, I would suggest the author, to use colors so that they can actually highlight some of the top main KPIs. Because if we are talking about why do women work, then if I can see here, around these 3 reasons account for more than 50%. So these are actually important, and I need to focus on this. Data visualization is more about giving information, but if you are displaying all the information out there, you are again distracting the user or whosoever is going to read this report. So you need to be very specific on where to highlight. So that will be one of the key feedback I would like to give here. Apart from that, if I look at the bottom part,
Let me add a simple advice. In this list of reasons, we have the last three with just one response, and we may group them to other or just exclude them. But we understand that it's a single response; it's not meaningful.
yes, it's actually not that meaningful. So that's a great addition to it, Alex. And if I look at the bottom charts, I think these are okay altogether because there is a bar chart, a pie chart, which is actually focusing on. I like the way, I think it might be a feature of Power BI, but I like the way this annotation has been done. So that's really good. Like with donut chart, the annotation that has been done and the legends as well. It actually gives me a clear sense of what is going on and for the other bar charts as well. So altogether, I'll say it's a good work. And once you polish it, put the things in proper place, think more about the layout, then it can be very much better. Now, I think I need to go to the conclusion as well. Now, again, about this conclusion part. So I would say it's great. The design is great. Everything is great. But please use text very specifically and like highlight the numbers that you really want to display. Like 29% of women believe that their organization should be doing more to increase gender diversity. Now that's your key line. So you need to highlight that 29% altogether. And I think it will be a fabulous work if you incorporate all this feedback. I think that's all I would like to give on here for this particular visualization, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasann. Vani, Tarigulu, do you have anything to add?
I would, please, Vani, if you have, then I will.
I had some feedbacks again, like what Prasann said, I completely agree with him that, text should be minimally used in a dashboard because the whole point is to get the information out to the user in very simple terms so that it can be easily and quickly understood by the people without wasting time. Or else there's no point of making it a visualization, right? So that's very important. And secondly, if you remember the second slide, and if I see the bottom charts, I see that the person, whoever made this, Anastasia, she actually made legends for the colors at the bottom charts, right? Now, those legends, similar legends are also being used exactly the same colors are also being used in the other charts, where the legend is actually not the same, but the colors are same. So that is very misleading. I'm not sure actually, it makes no sense for the colors to be same in other charts. Maybe it is same. I need to look into it. But if it's not, then it's very misleading, for the user, for the colors to be same, but the legends do not match with all the charts. So there are small things, which we definitely need to look into while doing the formatting and labeling of our dashboards and charts.
Okay, thank you.
And from my side, so what I noticed on the results page, it was kind of radical approach to the conventional ones that, like on the left column, we have like bar charts and some pie charts are actually on the bottom. So the structure was kind of different than a recommended one. But having these KPIs or these BAM numbers, or BAN, yeah, they call it in Tableau, like BAN. So they were nicely started, but then this camel case was a bit distracting. I agree with Prasann, but in general, I like the idea, so I guess it's good. Of course, it can be improved, made better.
Yeah, I'll say when I started, I wouldn't have even created such a dashboard. So like
Mhm,
it's really a good work, but yes, like we are the critics here, so we
mhm,
we we need to make that points out so that the author can actually improve.
mhm,
Yes, to sum up, I agree that the idea is good, and we have watched good designers' idea, and for people with design background, it's not so high barrier to enter data analytics world, because you don't need to learn data science to fix these simple mistakes. You just need to follow some advices, follow rules, and really this project has a great potential, and really has a real chance to get to our shortlist. And let's move on and go to the next project. And in my list, next is a project about 7 insights about IQ. And the speaker is
me.
okay.
But I would ask you if you can share the screen because I have some technical barriers to do that. So
Okay.
yeah. So yes. So as you can see on the below, we have 2 pages of it. Alex, can you go to first page?
It was
Yeah.
open not
Yeah.
from start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
If,
also one point I
sorry for
believe.
interruption. So sorry for interruption. For those who are watching us right now on the recording, please message us what is your IQ level? How, in your opinion? Really, Tarigulu,
Mhm.
have you ever measured your IQ?
No, no,
But
no.
what is your assumption? How many?
Actually, there was such question, I guess. So, what is your IQ level? And I don't know. Maybe it will be above 100 something, but I never measured, and that's why it was very interesting. BI solution, so it integrates like the testing, and also you can see the results. So I checked the questions, pretty interesting, and then it reminded me when we were preparing for logic exam for our master's degree. So so these questions were tough questions, so matching the pieces and etc.
Yes, it's
So
a
so
great
on the
job.
second, yeah, on the second page, they integrated like your assumptions and the questions, so they compare. So yeah, that's why I liked it. So on the front page, so I will have a couple of comments. If you go to the first page of
First,
the,
okay.
yeah. So here, yeah, it's really nice, and I also like that they had this um, informal font or typefaces, so not just a very official, because it's about something like personal life, so it should be a bit enjoying. So choosing such type of fonts, I guess, is good approach. And of course, you can see nice pictures, etc. So alignment issues started here actually. So you can see this did you know that box, so it's just merged basically with the whole frame, so it can be like a few points to the right. So the wording, so what about you, are you ready to check? So here is a bit missing, there's a missing context. So what I'm going to check, so how, so even I hovered over this take a test, so it's kind of not clear. So where I am directing. So these type of things were missing. Also the see results. So will I see my own results, or it is results of previous surveys. So these kind of questions came to my mind. So, but I understood that after just going back and forth, okay, there are like already done surveys, but my survey can be recorded somewhere. But in general, it's good. I mean, the color choice and everything. Yeah, maybe the yellow, I don't know if it had a strategic purpose, but it's joyful, I would say. So now we can go to see results.
Okay. Yes, I agree with you that we start from relaxing mood. It's not a good example for corporate reporting,
Mhm,
but for
mhm.
leisure topic, I feel relaxed
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
prep
I mean,
good mood and the same
mhm,
style at the main
yeah.
page, main
Mhm.
content page.
And also the color of like the bluish color is the color of like technology, wisdom, etc. So it kind of seems that it was purposefully selected. And what was the missing part? This navigation buttons. So on the previous dashboard, we had nice navigation buttons telling that you can go from here and there. But here
Yeah.
we have to use Power BI's pages. But it's okay. Again, here what I noticed a couple of things. So I can see, so you can see on the left side average IQ by age group, and again average IQ by age group. So it was a sex group, I guess, like female, male. So the typo or the naming was detected by me. Also, you can see um, IQ and confidence correlation, and actually it is confidence. So there were some like missing parts. So, but it is something can be checked in the end and fixed. And another thing I would add was the white space, basically. So these boxes are very closer to each other. So actually, it doesn't make sense for me to have these borders because they're anyway close to each other. So maybe a little bit separated, and they could be better. And what else I found? So these insights. So maybe it's not a good uh, place to indicate these insights in this frame. I know from Tableau you can have like this portrait format, and you can just give the insights maybe in the beginning and then show the visuals. So, or in the end here, yeah, okay, we have insights and uh, but on the other hand, the flow is a bit mixed. I mean, these insights don't follow the flow of the visuals. For example, um, what is it? Confidence and IQ and education, for example. You can see the two last insights. So people with higher IQ usually are more confident. So I can tell that it is the last visual. So IQ and the confidence. And then there's a positive correlation between IQ and education. So now it goes to back. So actually, it should be happiness. And so I, I mean, I would like to follow these regarding the insights and the visuals. So of course, this is my idea. Maybe it can be challenged, and but I like the way these correlations has been indicated last, because usually this type of advanced correlation topics are on the last section, not to make tired the user, or just because you are gradually going the deeper and deeper. So I also noticed that and I liked it. And my last comment would be about the correlation itself, because we have now 3 correlation visuals. I was kind of in difference that is it the right visual to indicate or to deliver this correlation message? I know.
Let's
Yes.
try to discuss this.
Yeah. So, for example, the traditional, the scatter plot is nice choice, but for example, the line chart and the IQ and confidence correlation, at least this bar chart makes sense a little bit, but line chart is, I guess, extreme use of it. But in general, as I said, it looks clean. Also, we don't have tooltips. I noticed that. Maybe it was purposefully turned off, maybe. So, yeah, but in general, these are my points, which can be revised. And also, you can add your comments. I believe Prasann and Vani have their own. So that's it, Alex, from my side. But I didn't know who is the creator, by the way, because Prasann was lucky, so he had the author name. But I would say thanks for this great job, and they can improve it.
Yes, some of our authors forget to put their name, but of course, all they will be recognized. And I agree with you that every single chart is well designed, and the issue is not about chart options, but composition and not about alignments. So of course we can align this, remove borders and make designers job, but the first is our logic. And here, so this task is even more complicated than we discussed before. Here it's mostly about improvements about DataViz, but logical, due to the logic, it's good enough. But here we need to redesign our customer as our user way, and what figures can we make. For example, let's try and discuss together what we see that the most educated people have the highest IQ level, and yeah, their happiness. And what we see that one, and here really I expect to see a tooltip which will display the information about this single person with PhD who has a lower IQ and lower happiness level. And I like these projects because they help to find these deviations. And really, what I see this person with lower IQ, what I see low, but actually I can't see about anything. I see that it's a woman with IQ 62%, but the other details are non-visible. I don't know why. Okay, would you like to?
I would add one thing, that to understand this visual, you have to actually take this survey, because like the income level, etc. So they are visible there. So if you don't take that survey, you might misunderstand. So what is the income level, for example, etc. So yeah, so that's another point. But it's very nice combination of interactivity. So you should take the survey and then see the results.
I had like one point to add. I really like something like a lot of business dashboards, especially, they only usually have charts in them. People don't really focus a lot on data storytelling and giving insights at the end, which this person has done very beautifully. I know the flow is wrong, maybe like it's at the top, And I should have first looked at the charts and then seen the insights, or maybe the next page. But I really like that the person has actually put a space and given, pointed out the insights of the entire dashboard. So that's a very nice thing. And second thing, in correlation between happiness and IQ, I think one thing in scatter plots where we have a lot of points, it's always a really good thing to, maybe highlight or give outliers, or maybe points which are a bit up, below or above the average line, some different colors, some certain main points, so that the person can, you know, just take a look and understand that these points are of more importance than the others. So that's one thing that could have been done here. But really great job to whoever was made this dashboard.
Yes, thank you. Prasann, do you
Yeah.
have anything to add?
So I would say Tarigulu actually explained a lot about each and every piece very specifically. So a little is left for me, but I'll say altogether, this looks pretty much very much compact. Like if I look at this in one glance, I don't know where to look. That's the feedback I would like to say specifically. I have been looking at dashboards, and I know how the stakeholders or how the users really go for it. So I know, okay, this is the place. Okay, 119 respondents are there, 109 average IQ, and then 39 average age. And also looking at the bar charts, I can say that is the count. But we need to be very specific about those numbers as well, because in general, because even the title doesn't say that it is the count that is being displayed there. Average IQ by age group, so less than 18, 87 is actually understandable, but still you need to give out something, maybe a subheader for that particular title, and then you can add it up so that it can be expressed very easily. And Tarigulu also talked about the white space. So that needs to be there. Like it's really, really compact. It's harder to look at each piece. And the flow needs to be thought of. Like, why in the first place are you building all of these charts? Because there is interactivity. I can go from education. I can see the correlation between happiness and IQ, all of that. But what is the main result and goal of doing all of this? That we need to think about. And that's how you can actually write down the flow of your dashboard. So I think that's it. That would be too much overflowing of feedback. I'll stop here, Alex.
Yes, thank you. I agree with your key points that when I look at a glance, I don't understand what's the key point, what's the main figure, and we need to come back and start our design from thinking, from analytical job. From the point of design, everything's good enough. It's a good job, and to become an excellent job, it requires analytical thinking, and maybe divide this single screen into two, maybe three slide steps according to the story, or maybe or include some tool tips, pop-ups to provide these details for about every single person. Okay, so let's move on, and we have next project and review from Prasann.
I guess, Alex, that's me.
Oh, so sorry. Yeah, Vani.
I'll just share my screen. It's visible, right?
Yeah.
All right. So again, I don't know who made this dashboard, but here it is. Looking at the very much first slide, the one thing which I noticed, which I don't personally like to do, is adding a huge background image to the dashboard, right? But I really want to point this out that this person has placed the image in a very nice way. The image should always be placed in a way that, the information is not lost. It's still very clearly visible to the user, which has successfully, which I've successfully been able to. I can easily see all the information without the image hampering the information. So that's a good thing. If you can manage to get that, then do add images. Otherwise, we should avoid adding images in the background, right? The second thing I would say that the first page is like a very nice summarized version of the entire thing that's coming forward. So, when I come to this page, I kind of understand what this entire dashboard is about. It's about how to manage your money, how to accumulate accumulate money for future, how to build capital. So that's a very nice thing to put in the first page that brings a lot of clarity to the user. One thing which I've been seeing in all the dashboards is the take the survey thing. Now, one thing which I was also very confused about when I came to this workbook was, why do I take the survey? Like, it's just a Google form where at the end, I'm not really getting some results of my own. It's just a survey. So is this information going into the dashboard? Is this information going somewhere? Like, what is the point of the survey? So that's one thing which I would like to have been mentioned in the tooltip somewhere. And then when I go to some other dashboards, I think it's very neat. It's clean. There's not a lot of information, so it's not very confusing. What I would suggest the person to do is, like, in certain places, if you see the formatting and the fonts, I think the opacity of the colors, the black color especially, is a bit different in different places. So, if we keep that consistent, that would be much better. And again, putting some white spaces inside the boxes, because everything is just very close to the border of the boxes. So that would really give my dashboard a good look. The second thing is, I like it like the last dashboard, the units were missing. So like Prasann was saying, it's a bit confusing to understand what exactly it is, the number is. But this person has managed to, mention the units. That's a very good thing. But one thing in the KPIs is, the KPI should, usually the way I've seen a lot of KPI is that they have a heading. And if the person is, mentioning dollars per month, it would have been dollars before 20/month. So, that would have been a better way of representing the units. Or maybe giving brackets and writing in years, not comma years. That's like a better way of saying. And maybe, decrease the font size by 1. So the KPI name has like more weightage than the unit. So those are small things which if we do, our dashboard will look really good. Now coming to understanding the charts, like all the other charts are quite simple to understand. Even the heading, the labeling has been done properly. But if I see this one, and if I see number of children, I would think that 19 is the number of children. But if I go to the tooltip, it's actually is that, 19 people who responded had 1 child. So that was a bit confusing to me. So
one person with 19 children, we have 4 or more persons with 1 child.
Exactly. So when you think of it that way, that is where I, thought of going into the tooltip and checking, because this was inherently not very clear to me. So maybe we can play around a bit more with the headers, right? The labelings could be a bit more better. And even the tooltips. I like that the tooltips are not missing in the dashboard, because that helped me to understand more. But the formatting of the tooltips could have been much more better, because they are really important in certain cases. Like this, when you want to keep your dashboard clean, yet provide more information than what's there, right? So that's one thing. And one more thing which I notice is that if I go to the home page, I see that, both these tabs have a color, blue and yellow. And when I go to the pages, I see that the same color has been maintained throughout. So that's a good thing. And I wanted to point it out. Again, over here, the KPIs has been mentioned in a very nice way that, out of 48 respondents, now over here, the numbers are making sense. Unlike, the one in Prasann's dashboard, because the person has specifically mentioned at the top that, I had 48 respondents. And out of those 48, these are how they are behaving in my survey. So that's a good thing. That's provide, again, a lot of clarity. So I would just like to say that this dashboard is very clean. It's very clear and concise. Labels are all in place. Information is all in place. So a very good job. The one thing which could have been added over here is like a very small summary page, because I see a lot of charts. I've seen almost 15, maybe 15 charts, 10 KPIs, a lot of information. So a small summary page at the end which summarizes the entire thing, that how, like, what is the verdict? How are people going about these two? How are people teaching? And how are people teaching them to accumulate their money, their capital for the future? Would have been a good ending to the entire dashboard. So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you for review. Something else to discuss? Prasann, Tarigulu?
I'll just say to the whosoever has developed this.
Vani, could you get your screen back?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, definitely. Yes.
So like I would like to say that to whosoever who has developed this, you are going in the right direction. Actually, like looking at this, as Vani mentioned, like it's really clear what's the whole story about, why you should even deep dive into this dashboard. So very good job, I'll say. Like even with the colors, even with the design part, it's not too much distracting. The image in the background is not distracting. Everything is coming up together. And if we go, Vani, can you please go to the money management part? And yes, like this is really, really neat what Vani also mentioned. Like I'll say, from wherever you are learning, just keep learning, and you can polish things a bit, but you are going in the right direction. I wouldn't like to force any much of a feedback here, but like Vani has altogether mentioned, one thing is there, like green is the color that you have used most of the time in the dashboard. Now, when it comes to the Sankey chart, what should I understand from all these colors that have been used? So there, a confusion might rise up, like because green you have used as a normal color all across the dashboard. Now, when it comes to yellow or blue, or all of these colors, brown. So what do these color mean? Do they have any meaning, or you are just using it for like, because you can't use the same color for Sankey? So that's what you need to figure out. Why? Because colors in data visualization are a piece of information. It's not like a painting that you want to do. So they are actually a representation of information. So you need to use your colors very specifically. So that's one thing I would like the author to figure it out and think more about it. Like, why would they use any color before even putting it out there? And I think rest of the dashboard, it's good altogether. That's all from me, Alex.
Thank you. It's a nice phrase that it's not about painting as you wish, and you must work with colors very consciously. Yeah. Tarigulu?
Yes, I would support the Prasann regarding the using the color purposefully or strategic use of color. So this is what always recommended, and you should choose them and you should utilize them to support your message delivery, basically. But I really liked on the first page, so the name of the dashboard wasn't, let's say, as mine, 7 insights of IQ or about IQ, but it's a phrase basically, so it's even better approach. So it is a data visualization approach that money is not a toy for children or how to raise a millionaire. So it's basically a statement. So it's a better approach for such kind of project. You kind of attract people's attention. Okay, what is it about? And I join other comments that it's again friendly color. Colors are friendly and so family related, I would say. So they call it the pastel colors or something. So it's like very, very relaxing. So I liked it, and also the insights and everything. So good job, I believe.
Yes, good job. There's no wow effect, bright colors, impressive image, but they're not needed in especially in business data visualization. Okay, and we have the last project, and I will tell about it. Just I'll share my screen. Another one, social topic about basic education and career. Is it really to choose your profession when you are just 16? And what I like here, the nice feature that we start from our survey at our cover page. And for example, my opinion that it's impossible to choose my path. And I go to this next page, like a summary, which provides me answers to these questions. And what we see is that more than half of respondents and they made wrong choice. And here I see my totals. Interesting facts. If we talk about fonts, of course, my advice is to use another one font, not just Times New Roman, but some of grotesque fonts without so many capital words. But the approach is the right way. And we have this feature of tooltips when I hover my total and see the details. Right, I decided for wrong choice, working in specialty. So we communicate with this dashboard, not as with a static slide. I can get details, and of course I can view detailed statistics. And from the first view, it's well designed, without crucial mistakes. I see this blocks, layouts. I see this symmetry. In general, it's symmetrical, but let's look at the first bar chart. And in my opinion, there are too many colors, and I follow the rule: one measure, one color, or maybe two colors when we compare to any target. For example, red if our goal is not achieved, and blue for green or blue or something positive when our goal is exceeded. But here I see this correlation that right is about green, and the wrong, absolute wrong, is about, but not red, but the purple, pink, but I have I'm a bit confused looking at these colors, and the same. So if we talk about scale, agree, disagree, this must be gradient scale. For example, from red to green through yellow or through neutral gray color. And the same way it's this pie chart, I'm confused again. Blue is yes, green is related or not anymore. It's purple. That's what I would like to improve. And the positive moment, for example, for this pie chart, actually, it's not so bright. We have the shades of one's blue color, but here maybe I expect to get more bright colors, maybe blue, gray, but not only shades. And it's difficult to find the difference between capital city and small town. It's almost the same color. But according to the interaction, it works correctly, and I get back. So to sum up, what we have some issues with colors, and what I get used to watch at any dashboard, that's totals on top, our cards, indicators, and I see them at my cover page here. 64%, 16% at others, but here I don't see my my totals. But actually, really, when I don't see totals, I'm again confused. I'm confused again. What's a key figure? And here I don't see it. So it's my brief critics for this dashboard. And please join my review. What would you advise here?
I think again the color thing which we have all spoken about in the last dashboards, that colors need to be used in a way that makes sense. Again, there's a lack of clarity over here because same colors are being used in different places but don't have the same meaning. So for me, that's a bit difficult to understand. But I really like that the white spaces thing has been done in a very good manner over here. And each chart has its own heading, border, space, legend, labels. So good, so pointers for that. But yes, colors need to be looked into.
Thank you, Vani.
Yes, so I'll follow up on that. So Vani and Alex, you both talked about colors, like it's really misleading. Apart from that, I'll say the background. It's not necessary, I'll say, to put that background because this page is fine. But if you go back and if you where you selected no, that page, no, it's impossible. So I get the feeling that you want it to look at it as being overlaid, and that's why you have actually reduced the opacity. But if I look at this page, I'll say it's really not needed. It's actually like if we talk about cognitive overload, then I have to focus too hard to read between the lines. And if you remove that image, altogether, it will have a good impact and it will have better readability. Also, if we look at this whole page, lots of font sizes has been used. So I'll say stick with 2 to 3 sizes. That's a standard go generally. And really, like you have for KPIs one size, and then for the header, like you want the header to stand out so it makes sense. But apart from that, if I see right here, looks like you are wrong more than half of the respondents. It doesn't need to like have that much weight altogether. It needs to be a bit small and it needs to be there, not cover the whole space, and then it will look much better. I think more about this only because charts are almost straightforward. Apart from the color choices, they are actually straightforward. There is nothing very much specific about them that we need to point out. Also in the interesting facts, if you can, we already talked about this 19%, 46%, 63%. These numbers need to stand out. If we just remember the last dashboard we were looking at, we actually had those numbers flashing out in front of ourselves. So we really got the feeling that, okay, this is the actual information the user or the author wants to give it to us. But here, like, should I focus on 19% or should I focus on accidental choice? That becomes a question. So I think that's all from me, Alex.
Yes, I agree with you that here we have this interim cover page. So the first screen, second, and third with our dashboard, and even interesting facts how to get back more interesting facts. But there are too many paragraphs, too many words, and it's a field to use data visualization. So when I open this dashboard, I expect to see a chart describing this. I expect to see an image, not lines of text.
Exactly.
But it's a pain of true data analysts, because they prefer to write a lot, all their thoughts, and not to visualize. And every time we're trying to find this balance between our analyst mind and our designer mind. And the last, Tarigulu, do you have anything to say? Finally.
Yes. Finally, the two points. One supporting Prasann about the font family. Usually, you should select your font family and their sizes accordingly, so to have a consistency. And second, about the information on different pages. As far as I remember from one of the books, so people usually forget what they saw on the first page or previous page. So that's why it's not a good practice to show like some statistics on the first page and ask, do you remember that number? So it is regarding that. So what you want to show, it should be on the same page that users can compare or understand. So that's my comment, but I agree that this is one of the good examples. So thank you very much again.
Yes, again, I agree with you that we need to catch this attention, but here we have a significant risk to lose our audience, lose their attention with our analytical figures at the first screen, first and second. But again, it's a good job. There are some things to be improved, and again, this project has a potential to get to the shortlist and has chance to win our final prize. And again, I remember that that's a part of our Make Your Data Speak award, and we will now we are discussing our projects, and we will select our winner. Our jury board will select winner. Where is this? Is this page? Sorry. About our our conference, 9 and 10 February. Let's meet in Istanbul, and also it will be a part of our Eurasian DataViz conference, and we will have a lot of talks, and some of our juries will speak, and other new people will speak and about advanced visualization, about trends, business cases, non-profit cases, narrative solutions, and really expect that it will be very, very interesting event, and we will provide a lot of networking, business, and career opportunities for all our participants. So let's meet in February in Istanbul, and also we will broadcast this event, and together we will make our data speak. So thank you for your time, for your experience. I was happy to meet you here, and let's stay in touch, and have a nice day.
You too.
You too,
Take
Alex.
care.
Thank you.
Bye
For
bye.
having us.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye to all of you.